checklist.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that takeoff. It's been relatively smooth.
Zero. Landing gear. Up. Pressurization. Checked. After takeoff, checklist completed.
Thanks very much for the follow, Visiog. So as you can see, it's just following the SID, so it's keeping to the appropriate altitude. Beautiful Jersey. If you watch my streams, you'll notice I say beautiful a lot, but I think it's just my passion for the game. I don't know whether this looks like ORBX England also renders Jersey, which is quite nice. Or certainly the Europe, ORBX Europe land class. I didn't realise that Jersey was this small actually, I thought it was a bit bigger than this. So we're just maintaining 5,000 until we get to Oyster, and then we'll carry on our climb up. So we're making a right turn in a minute. And right turn, and then we'll start making our ascent up to cruise. Another plane down there, probably going into land at Jersey. Looks like this will be like a Dash 8, probably a Flyby. Yep. Flyby Dash 8 going into Jersey to land. I'll definitely have to fly down to Jersey in the Majestic Dash 8 at some point. Seems to be quite a few already at the airport. Right. Let's just get in and make sure this goes okay. So there we go, got a flight level change, and we'll start making our climb up to our cruise altitude. I think it was 360 today, flight level 360. So we've still got French air traffic control in the background, but I suspect we'll switch over to UK radar control relatively soon. So I suspect that's Guernsey over there. Don't know what that island's called. So we've crossed. A second. So we've crossed flight level 100, so we can turn off the landing lights and we can turn off the passenger seatbelt signs. So we've just gone through what is the American transition altitude, which is set at 18,000. So I just reset the altimeter. In the UK, the transitions are dependent on the airport, but I'm not quite sure what Jersey's transition altitude is. Let's see if I can find it on the charts. No, well, it'll be on the departure charts, but I haven't got them open. And there we go, we've been cleared up to our cruise altitude of 360. Yeah, I'm not quite sure why there's weird tiled sea going on here. I noticed it the other day when I was flying down to Gatwick. Must be a fix, but I'm not quite sure what it is. So let's have a little look where we are on the map. EGTE, what's that? Exeter, I have a feeling it might be. So Exeter's just to about 1 o'clock. Oh, I keep doing that by accident. So yeah, Exeter's probably in there somewhere. So that must be therefore Dartmoor. Beautiful place that Dartmoor is. I absolutely love it there. So yeah, that's definitely Dartmoor. The River Dart going through it. Princeton somewhere around there. What plane is this? It's the feelThere E-Jet V2 E195, so it's an Embraer E195. Thanks very much for the follow, by the way. And is this multiplayer? FSX is multiplayer. I'm currently playing it single player at the moment. You can play it multiplayer through the Steam edition, that's obviously sold through Steam, or there's other multiplayer platforms. There's one called VATSIM, which is probably the most popular, but you need to go through a little bit of training to get onto it, because they kind of expect quite a high standard. But I imagine it's not, I've not done it personally, but I imagine it's not particularly difficult. Otherwise, there's plenty of virtual airlines out there, and they often have their own TeamSpeak servers where, so we're just coming up to the cruise altitude now, so they have their own servers where they have their own community. So yeah, through Steam Edition you should be able to join multiplayer servers. I mean, depending on what you're after, the standard can vary, because obviously on Steam Edition servers there's no restriction on who can join. So if you want to take it quite seriously, then I suggest you probably join VATSIM. So judging by the engine spooling down, I guess we're coming up to the cruise altitude, yeah. So we're at cruise now. So we're making our way out to the Irish Sea, which I'll point you out in a minute, so you can see what I'm talking about. So yeah, we'll come up to the Irish Sea, and we'll loop round, and then we come into Prestwick from the kind of southwest. And we'll make our approach from there. Yeah, I haven't even bothered going. Well, I haven't got a Steam Edition anyway, but from the few kind of soirees I did into multiplayer when the original Flight Simulator had multiplayer, it was all a bit depressing really, because everyone was just joking around. But I was with a virtual airline for a little while, and that was really good. It was a really good community, and it was all based out of Gatwick. So that was nice. Heading to Prestwick, it's one of the Glasgow or Glaswegian airports. They're slightly smaller, but used by budget airlines. You can't quite see because of this destination thing's blocking it, but yeah, it's up near Glasgow. There we go, making a right turn. So we've got a nice strong tailwind, 50 knots from the southwest, or our, well, technically from our 7 o'clock, helping us on up. Ground speed of almost 450 knots. So that will help us with our fuel, so we'll have plenty of fuel remaining, so there's no worries there. So we'll be turning away from the Irish coast in a second after Vatry. We're actually getting relatively close to our top of descent, so we'll be descending into Glasgow within about, well, 75 nautical miles. It's probably about 10 minutes. Yeah, TOD means top of descent. So the flight management computer works out when, as you can see here, the vertical path down to each waypoint. So it works out when we start descending. And as you'll see, the autopilot will automatically fly that path down, which is quite nice. So in the old-fashioned days, you had to work it all out manually or rely on ATC to tell you. But what will happen is ATC will give me clearance to descend, and then I'll descend after that clearance when the top of descent comes. There we go, been cleared down. So what I can do is just reduce this to 300, and it won't do anything. It just means the computer knows that it can now descend to 300 when it's ready. And you see this dotted blue line, that's what I've set the autopilot to. So that's as low as that's as low as it is allowed to go. So if it got to that point and I hadn't descended it, I hadn't put it any further, it would just level out and follow that track. But hopefully ATC will continue to clear us down as we go along.